it was a serious revelation for me that, it all just really came back down to me. And yes, of course, again, just like I knew it was me, the reason why I wasn't losing weight. It had nothing to do with the surgery. It had everything to do with what I was doing, and that may not be the case for some other people. They may indeed have a slow metabolism. They may indeed have other issues that are going on. But I wanted to latch on to any excuse other than, you know, you can't eat potatoes. I didn't want to deal with that. You can't eat pizza. I didn't want to deal with the can'ts, right? Because I was not able to deal with my perceived deprivation. But really, I'm not being deprived because I've had that shit 1,000 times. I'm not being deprived of that. And I can make that choice anytime I want to. But the bottom line is, how is that going to get me to where I'm trying to go? It's not. And so, with those changes, so I started to also participate in a 12-step fellowship that deals with those codependent behaviors, those adult child behaviors, and I've started to check in with meetings with them every day and just spend that hour trying to get emotionally adjusted and really look at what my behaviors have been, and then of course it extends beyond food, but this was the most immediate, like, physical impact that I could see. I could really see how one thing led to another for me. And, the emotionality around the reason why, part of the reason why I was overweight. I am overweight. So, with that being said, like I said, I went on the induction phase of Atkins. I am still on it. I don't think that, one day at a time, I just don't think that I'm going to come off of it. Because this is really appropriate for me. I don't pass out after I eat, which I was doing even after surgery because I was eating a very toxic amount of carbohydrates for my body. I find myself really being able to see the benefits and the clarity that I get from eating this way. And I noticed it before when I went on it before, but it's just sort of like I went on Atkins some years ago for about 30 days. It worked perfectly. I was still working out. It worked perfectly. I lost a little bit of weight, but I was constantly trying to see how close to the edge I could get with what I ate. So, I still wanted to have some desserts, legal desserts, but just trying to see how close to the edge I could get with that without feeling like I was, wasn't like everybody else. And so, still some of that same codependent shit that I was going through, that I go through basically. And so, and my mind tries to play with me a little bit here and there, but it's like I've been to that rodeo so many times that I know the tricks of, I know a lot of the tricks of my thinking, and that's one of them. So this is the first time in my life that I've been tuned into my body. I was, physically and sexually abused as a child, so I dissociated from my body, and, and that led to the overweight. I mean, it's just a complex situation going on up here. So I dissociated from my body a long time ago, and so it's just been a process of, just this surgery has been, it's so much more than surgery for me. It's been so much more than surgery. What it's done is really caused me to physically, from the literally, because people in 12 steps, it was an inside job. Well, the surgery, being that it's inside my body, it's so funny. That metaphor is so true. It worked from the inside out, because here I was physically, I had made this drastic change to the way that I process food from my mouth to my stomach. I had made this change, and so I had to deal with this change every day. It was obvious that something different was going on here because I wasn't able to stuff myself with as much food as I wanted to. And the stuff that I was pushing down my throat. I'd get really full, but the thing was that I wasn't losing weight either. And so this surgery has just been such an apex for me. It's just like this place where, the rubber met the fucking road. And I have to deal with what's coming up. And so it made me tune into my body. I'm being forced to listen to my body in a way that I've never had to do that before. In a way that no diet, no program, no one could have ever made me tune into my body the way this physical obstruction has done. That's the first amazing thing that has happened because of this surgery. I actually have to listen to the thing that I wanted to get away from all of my life, which was my body, my physical appearance. I didn't want to deal with it. I wanted to cover up my emotions. I wanted to eat my emotions and swallow those. And so I could not do that anymore. And I had to listen. I have to listen for when I'm full. I have to feel it. So it made me tune in. And so once I tuned in, it was just more fine-tuning going on with the reasons why, those things were going on. The reason why the scale wasn't changing. And the reason why I was working, I was still flew back to the gym, because I have no problem with working out. I've never have. It's always been that balance for me. Because it's always been a real good reason for me to overeat. Because now I can always go back to the gym. But then, I wouldn't actually lose the weight. I'd just stay the same. But I'd be working my ass off. And I know people would, and of course in my mind, people are looking at me like, fuck, she works out like a crazy person and wouldn't lose a pound, wouldn't lose an ounce. And so some people, I know that there are people out there that are just like me. And that is a real reason why I wanted to make these videos this morning, because I understand you. There is no shame in this. It just is what it is. And it takes us longer to get there. It's going to take me a little bit longer. But that's okay, because it's like that with everything. There's nothing that I have accomplished that didn't come with hard work, and so that's okay. That's my pill. That's my cross that I have to bear, and I'm okay with that. I'm 45 years old, over it, and I've dealt with all of those issues, and I'm dealing with this one. So I'm tuning in physically, I'm tuning in spiritually, I'm tuning in mentally, and the meetings have helped me so much. They help me to keep that balance. The induction phase of Atkins, or keto adapted diet, whatever you want to say. I'm not so much keto. I don't even want to label what I do. All I know is that I eat foods that are good for me. I don't eat any fruit. I don't eat anything that I have historically abused. And so what happens is I develop a craving for salads, which are very healthy for me. I don't ladle on any more of my normal sugar-containing dressings, because I just would eat the salad just because I'd get to eat the dressing, kind of thing. I don't do any of that right now, and I don't, that's just today. That's Saturday, May 24th, 2014. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but just one day at a time. So, and I haven't worked out in about a week or two. And the reason why, the first week of that induction was just horrific, and there was no way I could work out. I kind of had all the symptoms, the sodium dropping all at one time, the lightheadedness and just the fatigue and all. I had all of the carb flu symptoms that come with detoxing from carbohydrates. I had that the first week, so I didn't do much the first week. I think the second week I did a little bit of walking, and it's just funny because that showed me that I retain water very easily because I would walk. One day the scale, just for an example, was 230. I would go walking and then get up the next day and weigh myself, and it was 231. So it'd just be like a pound of water retention. And then the next day, it went down 229 like it is now. So, it's that kind of thing. So I haven't just been working out really crazy, and I think I'm gonna get back to that. But I think really right now, what I want to do is focus on remaining here, just steady state with my food and making those choices and get that honed in, because I have no problem with exercise. It's never been my problem. My problem has been what I've been putting into my mouth and the reasons why I put those things into my mouth. So, that being said, one more thing. I'm still, physically I still have my menstruation, and so these couple of days I've been going through PMS, and for the first time, not seeing how close I could get to the edge, just seeing what was available to me that's on plan, that will keep me in ketosis, that will keep me burning fat, and also satisfy those urgent cravings that females get during that time. So I put together some nuts and cocoa and cream and Splenda and just kind of mix that together. And I promise you, it absolutely hit the spot for me. Maybe not everyone could eat that, but I'm at a place where I can eat that and still, the scale still went down over the last couple of days. So I'm really okay with that being my treat. And today I don't think I need it, but the last couple of days it's been, just PMS and job stress, and we're going to be moving. So it's just like huge things going on right now, and trying not to find an outlet in food. But I know definitely that, with the PMS, I just need to allow myself something that, I can have. And really, during PMS, the only thing I really crave is chocolate and creamy things. So that cream and, heavy cream and little Splenda, 100% cocoa. I got macadamia, walnut, and almond slivers, and I just kind of put together an ounce of that in a cup and eat that, and it was excellent, and it absolutely hit the spot. So I'm going to be trying to post more, because now I've gotten over my psychological, I just didn't feel good because nothing was happening, nothing was changing. And I didn't want to get on here and start whining about things not changing, knowing that I was the reason why they weren't changing. So I'm dealing with that. Anyway, YouTube, thanks for listening, and please, if you, I don't know how you'd reach out to me, because I don't allow comments on my videos, but I think that there's some videos that people have commented on. Whatever. Reach out to me, negative or positive. If it's negative, I'll delete it. I don't have to read it. But know that if you are struggling with any of this, if you are struggling with your weight after VSG, if you're struggling with your weight before VSG, because now I know that, even if I would have been able to eat this way before, if I would have been dealing with, the reasons why I was eating before, maybe things would have been different. But either way, if you're struggling with those, you're not losing weight, you've got some chaos going on, you don't know why, reach out to me. We can talk about it. We can go through it. We can dialogue about it. But know that, it's something that can be dealt with. It's not hopeless. I didn't have to have $40,000 worth of surgery and end up at the same place. So, sending peace out to you, and have a good one.